What's up, folks? It's Dan here from BeAGameCharacter.com. Today we are going over front squats. Front squats are a different variant of squat than you might have seen before. Everybody knows the back squat typically, which is where you throw the bar across your back and you sit down and stand up a whole bunch of times. The front squat, on the other hand, is one where you hold the bar on the front across your shoulders and do the same motion but with the bar in a different position. It's a little more quad dominant, i.e. the muscles on the top of your thighs, and a little less glute and ham dominant, the muscles in the back here. Also, it tends to tax your upper back a little bit more rather than your lower back. Your lower back gets hit more on your back squat. Your upper back gets hit a little more on your front squat, just because that's the stabilizer region that you really need to engage to make sure that weight doesn't go anywhere. Now, one of the daunting things about the front squat is the grip. A lot of people look at front squats and feel very comfortable with ways of gripping the bar. There are two standard ways to grip the bar. One is the clean grip, named so because it's also the same position that you come to at the top of a clean, which is another weightlifting motion. And then the other is the cross grip. So we're going to show the clean grip first. When you're setting up, you're going to want your rack at about chest height. All right? You don't want it at shoulder height because then you're not going to be able to stand up and get the bar off the rack. So you want it a little bit lower than your shoulders. You're going to step in, and for the clean grip, what you're going to do is your fingertips are going to come up, and you're going to have the weight resting on your shoulders, and your fingertips are going to come up and hold the bar like this with your elbows out in front. All right, now I've got just the bar on right now. As the weight gets heavier, you might need to raise your elbows a little bit more, which is where part of the challenge comes in for some people, is this can be a mobility issue for some people. Coming up here and getting the weight and holding it in place, some people don't have the flexibility necessary to get their elbows up and their fingertips under the bar. It's also kind of an uncomfortable feeling if you have heavy weight on this, just because you're not holding the bar. Your fingertips are here, yes, but you're not holding it. The weight is resting on your shoulders. So when you squat down and you come back up again, you can feel a little uncomfortable. You can feel almost like, oh, the bar's going to come off my shoulders. Now, if you maintain good posture and keep your shoulders up and keep your elbows up, your fingertips are more than enough to keep that weight from rolling forward. But if you find yourself pitching forward in your squat, that's when you're going to have a bad time, because your fingertips are not going to be strong enough to hold that bar in place. So for that situation, or if you just don't have the flexibility and mobility to get there, what you can also do is called the cross grip. All right? On the cross grip, what you're going to do is you're going to come up and you're going to fold your arms over like this, making an X. You're going to make sure you're right on the center of the bar, and you're going to have basically the heel of your hands and your thumbs and your front two fingertips, your index and your ring finger, kind of cross the bar, and you're going to hold it in place like that instead. This can be a much more comfortable position for some people, particularly if they have very large biceps or if they've got bad mobility in their wrists and their elbows. So again, the idea here, you still need to keep your posture. The weight is still resting on your shoulders, but you've got your hands crossed up and your fingertips here, what's pressing it back against your shoulders. Again, you still need to keep that posture. You still got to keep upright. You're going to squat down, and you're going to come back up again. Besides that, basically everything else is the same as with your standard back squat. You need to keep a straight bar path going down and coming up. You want to get to at least 90-degree bend on your knees, and you want to make sure that you keep a straight back and good posture and tighten that back and tighten your abs the whole time. The major difference is just the muscles doing the driving, again, a lot more quad dominant, and the way that your hands rest. Finally, if you have difficulty with either of those positions, what you can do is you can take the clean grip, but if you don't have the mobility for it, you can take like two towels or straps or whatever and wrap them around the bar and hold the bar like this here with your hands instead. So envision me holding the bar with a towel here or something like that. So that's if you don't want to or don't like the cross grip, but you still don't have the mobility for the clean grip. So that's it. That's the front squat. Relatively straightforward. Nice thing to mix up with your squats once in a while. If you get tired doing back squats, switch off to the front squat, see how you're doing with that. Your front squat is going to be lighter than your back squat. That's always the case, but there can still be some monster heavy front squatters out there. So something to mix in. Give it a shot. It's a good time. It's going to work different muscles. You might find you really enjoy it. Also, some people might have a better time with their knees on the front squat versus back squat. I've heard that as well. Not something I run into, but it's something you might run into. So that's the front squat, and I hope you enjoyed it and that helped you out. Thank you for watching. As always, remember to live boldly, change the world, and continue to be awesome. Bye-bye.
Listen.